shit. Yeah. Alright, I'm back. Back again with another video. Now, this one right here. I did this jacket. I can't even remember when, but it was a long time ago. I don't even. Yeah, they wouldn't even say. Yeah, they wouldn't say when I did this shit, but I did this a long time ago. This had to have been like in the shit, like maybe June or something. And so I was like, yeah, this is cool. I did this jacket, but now I learned how to do a particular like thing, you know, just the object, but I messed up. I learned the thing, and then I like tried to see about this jacket. Now what's going to happen when I shade smooth this? It has a whole bunch of shit that's not cool. Look at it. So I'm like, and I'm trying to think like, why is it doing that? I never figured out why this this shit happened. So I'm basically like, fuck it. I'm gonna redo the jacket. But that's why I duplicated this this type of thing so many times. I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna delete this and redo this whole thing. So this was how the original looked like. Cause what I was doing was using the single vert and making the jacket. I mean, you don't have to do it like this. You can use the cube and do what you got to do. But this particular thing, I was working on. Like after I figured out, okay, I know how to do the cube thing, but how do I, um, use a single vert and like basically draw the just the, how the object would look around the object, my daughter basically. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then you fill it in and everything, which is easy to do. Just go all the four things, press F in this field. But like this part, I should have started this video off already have like picked out the vertices like out of her object, because this might take a while, you know what I mean? So I don't know. But I might as well like just might as well start off and just pick every one of them out. But this is gonna take a while. But anyway, while I'm sitting up here doing all that, I'm about to be talking about house sitters. I'm talking about house sitters right now. I'm like, look, I've been having a problem with these house sitters. And these house sitters, they sit up there, they always running their mouths and talking shit. And it's just like, I'll be sitting there listening to them, and then all of a sudden they start getting into another topic that I didn't come to the video for. And it's like, whoa, Why are they talking about this particular thing? I'm not saying what it is, but it's just I have a real problem with these house sitters. And so these house sitters, they like the penguin a lot. They like the like you find out like they like the penguin. I don't know why they like the penguin. The penguin never did anything for them, and it's almost like they like the penguin because the penguin is an edgy dude. You know what I'm saying? Like they like the penguin for some reason, because I guess he tells it how it is, and you know, if you say something about it, then you're the problem. But I mean, the penguin is a bad dude, you know? He's a bad individual. But they like the penguin though. I don't know why, but anyway. So but these dudes, these house sitters, you know, they're just house sitters. They don't do nothing. They ain't about shit. They always run their mouths. But they want to be hardcore like mechanics though. You know, the mechanics, they look manly, you know what I mean? They do hard work. They got the beard, and they may have a son. You know, they use a particular tool, and they like the mechanic, but they can't never be like the mechanic though, because they're too weak to be like mechanics. Mechanics get dirty, you know what I mean? But then these house sitters, they always want to be funny and shit, and always talk about like, oh, this is satire, and all this stuff. So these house sitters, like they're not funny, and I don't know why they start acting like this. It's almost like they want to be like Howard Stern or something. You know what I mean? Like this edgy shock jock type, but they haven't lived nowhere to really be on some like edgy shit. So I'm like, whatever you saying, dude, is not funny. But you a house sitter, and you think you smarter than everybody. They be using like saying like, oh, I'm prognosticating, and you know, and they be like saying shit in you know, in their space wherever they are. They be saying shit trying to act like they're smarter than everybody by using these words. You know what I'm saying? Like this is my standpoint, or whatever the word is, perspective, or like they might be saying like your worldview or some shit. Like stop trying to act like you smarter than everybody, bro. Cause like it's one thing if you're a smart person, but it's like trying to force it just seems corny and seems ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just, you know, spitting game, whoop de whoop, and then whatever you say and it comes out, then it just comes out. Like, you know what I mean? But just trying to act like you're smarter than everybody is just off putting. It's just like I don't even know what the word is. It just shut up, bro. Just shut up. Cause you ain't like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So I'm like, these house sitters, they got problems. And just hearing them, they sound whiny. They sound completely whiny. They sound like they never reached puberty. You know what I mean? They be like grown, like they in their 20s, or like they just in their 20s, early, mid, late, whatever. But they sound whiny and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you be like wondering, they be wondering why they don't get chicks and shit. You be like they never had nobody to come over to their house. You know what I mean? Cause you sound the way you sound, bro. You sound whiny, son. You be whining about goofy shit that shouldn't even be like. You like, man, bro, just shut up, dude. But that's the house sitters, though. And let me make sure everything is right. Anyway, so these house sitters, and it's like the house sitters like jobs that are dirty. Basically, they like jobs where it's everything they're not. Like they like garbage collectors, they like oil riggers, they like sewage cleaners, like they like dirty jobs. And they like the dudes who are dirty looking. And it's like, these dudes don't wash up. It could be dudes could just mean anything, like man, woman, whatever. But it's like they look like they don't wash up. They look gross and disgusting. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they like this type of shit. And these house sitters, they like end time events. They always like end time events for some reason, like the end is near type shit. They always like this because they feel like the people that live in the mansions are leaving them behind. So it's like, since I'm a house sitter and I'm not in the mansion, I, everything has to burn down. You know what I'm saying? Because these house sitters also like this clown. They like clowns. Real clowns. That's ridiculous. So they feel like the clowns feel. Like everything is a joke to them. But at the same time, we want to see everything burn to the ground. And it's like, just because you being left behind, like, you know what I mean? Like, you trying to burn everything, dude? But you would not come out your house, because you a house sitter, to burn the shit down. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna do nothing. You feel me? You ain't gonna do nothing, dude. So if you want to see the shit burn down, you're not gonna do anything. And you just hope somebody will do the shit for you. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened in, like, not too long ago in a particular city. Not a big city, but it's an important city. So anyway, because these dudes, since they want the end to come, and they like these goofy shits, it's like they have meaningless lives. So it's like, fuck it, everything must go. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, why should everything must go? Because you live a meaningless life. You know what I mean? Like, if you stop being a house sitter, you could get out there in the world and get it popping and stop whining about like first world problems. You know what I mean? Because these chicks, like some, like, it's, I don't know, man. Like, not even the chicks, but it's just like these particular folks, man. Like I said, they be whining all the time, and then they always be talking about gimme, 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 gimme all the time. Like they be talking about this particular medium, and they want everything. Like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. This should be like this, I want that. And it's like I don't know where y'all coming from, bro. Like, these house sitters are just annoying. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. Like I said, they feel like the world is leaving them behind in the mansions. People going to the mansions, living it up, and they just stuck in a house, being house sitters, and they just like, oh, I don't like this shit, but wouldn't do anything about the shit, and just whine about the shit, and just talk about the shit, because this shit is meaningless. You know what I mean? And they like the fat penguin. The penguin is fat, and he's not saying nothing against fat people. And I'm just talking about this particular individual. He's stupid. He don't do shit. He sounds dumb. And I'm like, You know what I mean? But they like him because I don't know, like he speaks to them. Like he got this penguin type mentality. You know what I'm saying? He be waddling and shit. He ain't about nothing his goddamn self. You know what I mean? But see, nobody's not gonna know what I mean. But it's just ridiculous. But this is how these dudes. This is how these house sitters act like. You know. Let me try to move this over. Yeah, let me try to move this over. And then these house sitters, they be saying shit as if they don't do the same things. You know what I mean? Like you be like looking at them like, dude, you doing the exact same thing. Cause if I get on you, like, oh, you're not gonna be feeling some type of way about what I'm saying, like especially now. You know what I mean? Cause if you was just on some regular shit, you just be like, you might laugh and be like, oh, what is dude talking about? House sitters? You know, house sitters think they're smarter than everybody. They like the penguin. They like clowns and whining, talking about gimme, gimme, gimme. Like, you know, they like dirty jobs, but they won't do the job because, you know, they like mechanics with beards. And, you know, they might have a family, especially a son. They act like he don't like the son, but you know he's teaching them how to be a man. You know, like what is this dude talking about? But to see if you get mad at the shit, then obviously you figured out what I'm really talking about, and it's hitting the nerve. See, but don't be mad. Get glad. You know what I mean? So I had to bring that up. I just had to bring that up. That's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know these house sitters, they're not there. It's something inferior about. They feel inferior because they ain't outside in a mansion or just in a building somewhere. You know what I mean? They're not secure in their lot in life. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Oh fuck it. Anyway, they're not secure in their lot in life. You know what I mean? So that's why they be like having problems, like real mental issues. You know, like damn, why'd you have to go that far, bro? But they feel like I said, they feel like the people in the mansion is leaving them, or somebody's like coming into their house while they're house sitting, stealing shit from them, even though you got security cams and you got a system of security and nobody's taking nothing from you. You know, you look at your security system and you just paranoid. Like nobody came into your house while you was house sitting and stole anything from you. But just it's like you got this paranoia, you neurotic and shit, and you just feel like somebody came in. I see something's been moved, and now you like twitching and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you twitching mad hard. You're like ah, cause you feel like somebody came in your house and got your shit, fucked your bitch, stuck the dick in the bitch mouth, and you looking, you know what I mean? And then if you see somebody with something that you think you own, you see the person that you like, you know, because it's like, say if like somebody got like, um, I don't know, like a backpack. You're not the only one that owns backpacks, but you see somebody in the street while you in your house, you peeping out the window, and you see somebody got a backpack on, and you like, oh, I don't like this shit. And they stole my backpack, even though your backpack is rather in your house already. Or there's nothing wrong with going outside the house to get your own backpack, bro. Like you're not the sole owner of backpacks. You know what I'm saying? But you just feel like somebody's stealing shit from me. You're like, why are they stealing shit from me? You know what I mean? And it's just so crazy. Or you have this thing like they're looking at my backpack though. My backpack is pretty nice. And I don't like them people looking at my backpack. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, dude, you just chill. You know what I mean? But see, there's some people that are house sitters that actually don't feel this type of way. See, like for me, for instance, I'm technically an introvert. I'm not outgoing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I like staying in the house. Cause like when this whole COVID thing happened, and it was like, oh, we don't have to go outside. Word. It didn't bother me. You know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sitting up there like, you know. I do mechanical things. You know, I may not have a family or nothing, even though I keep saying like this is my daughter in my game. I don't. She doesn't exist. You know what I mean? It's just in my comic book slash manga slash game and movies. But you know what I'm saying? But I do mechanical work though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I never once. I'm not scared of clowns. I don't. I mean, people. Some people have fear of clowns. I'm not one of those dudes. But I don't like the clown though. I don't like clowns. I just feel like anybody keep talking about the clowns. It's just I see where you coming from, bro, and you sound corny. You know, like can't you like something else? Can't you like somebody else in the circus? Can't you like the ringleader? The dude that like the band. He's on the ball and shit. And can't you like that? Why you always gotta like the clown? Because he feels he speaks to your worldview bullshit. So it's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these ones dudes that's always whining about shit or like, you know what I'm saying? Because I could get a backpack. I've gotten backpacked before. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, but these particular individuals, they crazy. Like I'm not looking at like garbage collectors and oil riggers and sewage cleaners looking like, oh yeah, that's cool. Because if I'm gonna like a profession like that, I'm looking at like people with clean jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the clean jobs are, that's what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? I'm not liking this dirty bullshit and thinking that's how it's supposed to be. This is part of my shit. I'm like, nah, bro, because it just looks crazy. It just looks unkept. Like, what are we doing here, bro? You know what I mean? That's not the get down. That is not the get down. I'm secure in my shit. You know what I mean? I got a Golden Girl shirt. Yeah, I be getting this shit because I got some Golden Girl pajama pants on some real shit. I got some Golden Girl pajama pants. I got a Golden Girl shirt. The only reason why I get this shit is because my cousin he has the shit. And it's just like I don't know, cause I used to watch this shit like here and there back when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I never like, oh, who the girl, go to girls. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch some of this shit back in the day. I used to watch all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Golden Girls, 227, A-Man, uh, oh, what was Homegirl? Give Me a Break. You know what I'm saying? I used to like them old 80s shows. You know, Miami Vice. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to watch mad shit, but my real shit was the Ninja Turtles. When I was a kid growing up, the Ninja Turtles was my shit. It still is. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I mean, it's not like I don't know who the Golden Girls are, but it's just like my cousins rocking this shit. So I'm like, you know what? And I keep seeing them shits everywhere in the store. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And it's just like almost like a conversation starter or something. Like, you know what I mean? Because my cousin, he was like, I saw a video and he had like a Golden Girl sweater, but it was a Christmas sweater, and they were all like had like a Christmas theme or some shit. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, alright, because I had the pajama pants last year. So when I came across his shirt, I was like, you know what? After seeing him with the Christmas sweater, so I said, you know what? Fuck it, I'm buying this. So, but anyway, going back to what I said, so I'm secure. I'm like, I'll rock the Golden Girls all day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it don't bother me. You know what I mean? But like when I start like handling shit with the backpack, then the house sitters can't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all weak, y'all thin, y'all don't go out the house. See, but when I see, I don't go out the house too much anymore. You know what I mean? But when I do, I be doing activities in my house though. Like after when I'm not doing this, I do activities. You know what I'm saying? I do activities in my house, in my basement. You know what I mean? I'm working down there. You know, but these dudes, like they just their activity is whining about some about shit they could easily fix. You know, they could easily fix the shit they're whining about instead of trying to like get on everybody. You know what I mean? There's like something off with these dudes. All right, man. So out of this long conversation about the house sitters, like I said, I just had to get that off my chest. Woo! I don't know what happened to society. You know what I'm saying? Because you know these house sitters, you know they lived in a society back. You know they lived in a world. Their whole society was like everybody wins, nobody loses. And I remember when I was a wee lad. Like I don't know how wee lad we talking about. What wee lad is to you, but when I was like, I would say my early 20s, I used to hear that the kids growing up, you know, they get participation trophies. You know, like nobody lost. You know what I mean? Like everybody wins. And I remember like I was talking to my mom one day, like around that time, and you know, we was heating up on people like that. Like, damn, like cause you know, cause me and my mom, like when did my mom have me? Which I ain't gonna say when she had me. But you know, we have like a brother and sister type relationship. We laugh, we joke and shit. And so we was heating up on these young kids at the time. Now they're grown, and now you see the results of these dudes. And it's like everybody wins. We was like, oh, like when we was growing up, it's like you rather got good or you died. You know what I'm saying? And that's a line from the King of Queens, Arthur. He said that. But anyway, so nobody got participation trophies. You know what I'm saying? You won, you won. Whoever lost, you sucked ass. And then you just got good. You came back and got good the next time, or you just didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what is this participation shit? And so that shit is weird. You know what I mean? So now you're seeing the result of the people that, because it's like when they get into the real world and you losing, you can't, it's like you can't deal with the shit. It's like cognitive dissonance. Like, oh shit, like I don't know what to do when I lose, because I never lost growing up, because everybody won, even though you lost. So it's just like, see, that's what fucked up. It's what fucked everybody up. And it's like, you know, growing up, I mean, you got whoopings and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like you got beat. You ain't get your ass beat like your mom or dad was just beating you and shit. I mean, you got the belt. You got a couple spankings after you did some fucked up shit, and you moved on. It wasn't like, oh, I gotta kill my parents after that. You know what I'm saying? We did some goofball shit, and we learned the lesson most times. Or you figured out not to get caught. You know? We wasn't in the streets doing like the wildest shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like a lot of like, I mean, cause we didn't like, cause a lot of like going to my story. My story is most of my life from like I think 87 up until 2007. I grew up in the suburbs. The burbs. Yes, black people live in the suburbs. That's not like a weird concept, because everybody I knew mostly was black. You know what I'm saying? There was some white dudes here and there, like Sean across the street, Mark next door, Cody, Nick. Who else? Oh, what was her name? Elizabeth, Anthony's sister. I think Anthony was biracial, but his sister was definitely white. You know what I'm saying? Like there was mad white people in the neighborhood before white flight. But and then like, Steve, he ended up being he ended up being one of the house sitters, but it seems like he was anyway. Anyway, and so you see what I'm saying? But like growing up though, we lived like rough. You know what I'm saying? Like we went outside. We played games though. We were like the last of the Mohicans. We went outside, like I would say, like more than half of the time. Like it was like 60-40. Like we played video games 40% of the time, and we went outside 60% at least. You know what I mean? And we got dirty. We because it was just like this one time that I fell off the playground, landed on my neck. I had to ride my bike going home. I rested for 3 days and I was back. You know, you know what I'm saying? We live like, we got it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lost. People roasted you. You roasted them back. We got into fights. You know what I'm saying? 3-on-1, 2-on-1, 1-on-1. You know what I'm saying? You do what you have to do. You know what I mean? Because it was this one time, I ain't gonna say his name, but I remember one time he hit me in the cafeteria, and both of us got suspended. So I'm like, all right, obviously I was mad. We got suspended and everything. I don't know how the fight started, but it was in the cafeteria. And so it was him, his brother, and his friend. Like later down the line, this is not the same day we got suspended, but later down the line, his brother, and his friend tried to jump me in the alley. And this was after school, so like everybody was like, we all walk kind of like in the same, going to the same place, but split off in our own different blocks. But anyway, they tried to jump me in the alley. I had to do what I had to do and took out all three of them. You know what I'm saying? But after that, we was friends. You know what I'm saying? We was cool. You know what I'm saying? And if I see him now, it would be no ill will. You see what I'm saying? But we fought. You know what I'm saying? We got dirty. We was like treasure hunting in the alleys, finding shit. You know what I'm saying? We did kid shit. We wasn't cooped up in the house whining. You know what I mean? We was in the forest and shit, getting cut up, like doing tricks on like mounds, like cause it was somebody built some type of track, like it was like a construction thing, but it was like we used it as like a track to ride bikes, and I was like riding the bike, and then like this one hill, it goes down it's like real steep, and you be catching that speed. And it was like, I remember I was like, cause then the part of it kind of like shaped, like curved in a U. And then I was like riding along the side of the wall. And then after that, then there's a smaller hill. And I bounced up and did a flip off a bike. That was the first and only time I did a flip on a bike. I'm never or would ever do some shit like that, cause I don't know how to flip. And I'm like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So, this is the type of shit that we did. You know what I mean? Like I said, we never grew up in an era that like everybody wins and nobody got dirty and shit. Like I said, you rather got good or you died. That's just how it is. And you came back to do the shit again if you wanted to. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on these days. Cause if I ever had kids of my own, you know what I'm saying? My kids are gonna be battle tested. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got daughters, sons, it don't matter. These kids are gonna be battle tested. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't want my kids growing up weak. I mean, cause even like I said, even before in my day, you know what I'm saying? There's girls fighting boys. Even though this one chick did not fare well. Cause she got body slammed by this dude. He looked like DMX. He had the body like DMX too. Like he was like lean and cut. And I think she took his chain. And this is in the cafeteria. He picked her up in the air and slammed her down. And she bounced up like in Street Fighter 2. Like when they lose, they be like, ooh ah, ooh ah. Like she bounced off the ground like that. And everybody's like, oh shit. But other than that, there was like some hardcore chicks, and this was like in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these chicks didn't play games, and you dare not fuck with them. I mean, plus we was kind of trying to get some from them, but you know what I'm saying. But other than that, we grew up on some battle testing shit, like, or it was like she was like if you wasn't trying to do anything with the chick, she was real cool. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I got kids, they're gonna be like that. They're gonna be on some battle tests and shit. Don't fuck with nobody. Because that whole, like, everybody wins, that shit is whack, bro. This shit is hella whack. I'm like, where did this come from? Like, whose idea was it to have this type of mentality where people win and nobody loses? You just gonna grow up like as a chump, you know what I mean? And you see a lot of chumps these days online. You know what I'm saying? And plus, when you got like, but again though, it's just social media turned this into one big high school though. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like one big high school. Like you got grown people that know better, that act like high school students. You know what I mean? Because it's like what anonymity and They could hide who they really are, but then talk shit, but they wouldn't say the shit to you in real life. Because they're chumps and they will get smoked. You know what I mean? Like hands will be laid. You know? See, like I said, we were the last of the Mohicans. We was on some real shit growing up. Like a participation trophy. What the fuck is that? Like you didn't win, bro. Hey, don't come back whining. Just come back stronger, or just don't come back. Like in whatever it was, if it was sports, if it was fighting or roasting somebody, don't matter. It's just like we took the shit. Everybody was, everybody was getting it in. So like now all of a sudden you got like, I don't know. It's just weird these days. But anyway, the house sitter. The house sitter ain't no spitter. And they be looking funny. They got thin necks. And they just don't know what to do with themselves. I know I'm talking crazy about the house sitter thing. But that's just how it is. And I'm sitting up there turning like these little vertices and shit. But anyway, I'm gonna see what my thing is gonna do with my idea for this jacket. Hopefully this works. But I'm gonna do that shit in the next video. I just need to chill real quick. Since I kind of been doing this since like 7 o'clock, I think. So, but I had to do this story time real quick. You know what I'm saying? I just had to bust up the story. A new 6 story. Never met a chick that was too thick for me. You know what I mean? That's MF Doom. But anyway, another MF Doom, because one of his, at the end of his song, he said something crazy. But anyway, fuck it. Just fuck what I'm about to say. But anyway, I just had to say this story time. I had to get this shit off my chest. Because I had to let the shit be known. Whatever happens, it happens. I would explain later. But as of now, I'm going to let the house sitter just hang in the air. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting this shit linger in the air. So, I'm out. Money over stink hole.